What's good, beautiful people? Welcome to the podcast, Two Vegetarians Eating Chicken. It's your boy, Mr. Lingo himself.
Alright, it's your boy, KJ.
Hey, man, we moving. We sticking and moving. You feel me? We sticking and moving, man. What's this, episode 7?
7.
Damn, we 7 episodes in. Season 1, 7 episodes in. This has been a great ride. You feel me?
Are we stopping at 7?
No, we should. I think we got like
you?
10 or 11 or some shit planned for season 1.
Okay.
But
Okay.
shout out to the subscribers, man. You feel me? If you ain't rocking with us yet, man, go follow us on Twitter. Go follow us on IG. 2vec podcast. Number 2 VEC podcast. You feel me? If y'all got shit that y'all want to hear us talk about, topics, you feel me? We appreciate everybody who has been sending topics. You know what I'm saying? 2 Vegetarians Eating Chicks, CHIX, the number 2, at gmail.com. You know what I'm saying? What's good, KJ? How you feeling today?
Good.
It's about to get real spicy today, man. I ain't even gonna hold y'all.
Is.
It's about to get real spicy today. Just debriefing earlier on the topics and shit that we gonna talk about. It's about to get real spicy. So, you want to kick it off?
I just want to say congratulations to us, though.
Yes.
Not to our own horn, but at the same time, most podcasts do stop by episode 7.
Oh yeah,
we going strong. So
ain't
we
no stopping us now.
clap.
We're on the move. Hey, you feel me? That's that old school for y'all. You feel me?
All right, let's jump into it.
Can a woman raise a man?
Out the gate.
Straight out the gate.
Damn.
Can a woman raise a man?
As far as raise a man, yes, but no.
Okay.
And I'll say that. So interesting topic. I heard it from someone else, I think almost a week ago. And they had a different point of view. And I kind of agree with the point of view. The person said, when a woman raises a man, 99% of the time, that person feels like the woman raised him too aggressively or raised the man too soft.
No.
So with that being said, it takes a man to actually shape and push enough effort into a young man.
Facts.
To give him that right mix of everything.
I agree.
And so, you want me to keep going? Or
keep
you
going.
want to?
No,
Okay,
keep
and
going.
so not even speaking personally, because I feel like women have definitely played a big influence in my life. But at the same time, we see things like Naaman. If you don't know who Naaman is, he's a character from The Wire. I think season 4 is where he starts. But you see his mother wants him to be like his father. And his father...
Sorry, y'all. Wire is one of the greatest shows ever, bro. If anybody want to argue with that, please let me know.
Yeah. I definitely don't agree with that. Oh, I mean, I agree with that. I'm sorry. I agree with that.
Oh, okay.
I love The Wire.
Oh, okay.
I do not disagree with that. But what I would say is that we just knew that Naaman was nothing like Weebay. And so with that being said, the mother wanted him to be exactly like his father was. But he just wasn't that. Even though he comes from his loins and all that good stuff. And so she's like, you got it in you. So you need to be tough because your daddy was tough. But at the same time, when his father seen him, his father knew that he wasn't like him. He knew that he didn't have that natural instinct. He knew that he didn't have that feeling. And so what ended up happening in The Wire is that Naaman ended up living somewhere else because his father said that it was okay to. But at the same time, if his father would have never stepped in, we don't know where Naaman would have been. He was already being pushed to being over aggressive. He was already being pushed to be something that he clearly wasn't. And so just going back to the thing or the reference, many mothers have said, don't come back in the house until you win the fight. Or
take your ass back outside, boy.
Yep. And don't come back until you win. Or it's just so many that we can just quote off the top of our heads. But not to get into those. But yeah, I think that's how we gonna start.
Yeah, so I mean, and personally for me, I do think a woman can raise a man, or a boy, however you want to look at it. I don't think a woman can raise a boy into a man. I think a woman
can't raise a man.
Yeah, I mean, but I want to break it down for the you know what I'm saying, for the people, for the viewers, for the listeners, you know what I'm saying? No, so that's an interesting take as far as the, they're either, too aggressive or they're too soft, like, you know what I'm saying? And I agree with that to a certain extent, because what was it? Well, I think I told you this the other day. Somebody, I forget who it was, who posted this. It was like a meme or whatever. And
right. I don't think we ever figured out who it was.
I think it was Leon Rogers. I ain't gonna hold you. I think it was Leon Rogers. And basically the mama was like yelling at her son or whatever, basically telling him like
toughen up, be a man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Men don't cry. You know, boys and men don't cry or whatever. Woo woo, because he was like crying about something in the meme. And then like it was like years later or something like that, and she was basically standing there like, why can't you just show a little emotion? You know what I'm saying?
I think it was like a girlfriend or somebody, but
it might have been.
But I get it.
Too.
It was still another woman wanting more out of him.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yep.
And it's like, you feel me? That gets wired in your brain that like, you know, I mean, even for myself growing up, you know what I'm saying? I used to never feel like I was able to express my emotions. You feel me? Because it was always kind of like frowned upon, or I always used to be told like, you know what I'm saying, boy, toughen up, what your ass crying for? You feel me? Woo, woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? So for me, you know, not to get too personal, I had to figure out what that looked like for me, like, you know what I'm saying? And I got lucky. I had like, you know, mentors and all that type of shit. You feel me? But it ain't the same thing as having a father figure or a father in your life. Period. You know what I'm saying? So it's tougher for the females, you know what I'm saying, or women in general to raise a child as far as a son goes, you know what I'm saying, because it's I don't know, women are more of the nurturers, you know, and men are more of the firm parent, you know what I'm saying, at least in my experience, what I've seen, you know what I'm saying.
But at the same time, like, even when we look at the animal kingdom, not calling us animals, the women are more of the aggressors and men are more of the relax, you know, like the female lion, she's more the aggressive one, right? You know, like the man will still show you like, I'm a man, I am the king,
right?
You know, sit your ass down. But at the same time, the woman's doing the hunting. At the same time, she's also raising her kids, right, and showing them how they should be and how they should be like moving around with everything that's going on. So I mean,
right, so technically the woman's still the nurturer there, right?
She is. I mean, the man, but I mean, like I said, the man's gonna be the man, but at the same time, it's just like, well, you know, the woman's the bigger, like, and so when we look at birds or we look at like every other thing, like the woman 9 times out of 10 is the bigger species. Mm-hmm. So it's the one to be feared, right? If you want to say that.
I believe that if there was like if we did like a poll or some shit, I definitely believe that a lot of people would say that a woman couldn't raise, especially if it's a, you know, well, obviously in most cases it 9 times out of 10 it is a single mother, you know what I'm saying, who gets in the position or, you know, unfortunate position to have to raise children or a son on her own, you know what I'm saying, in society today. That's typically the case, which is tough. It sucks, you know what I'm saying. When you even thinking about the Wire thing with Naaman,
she was a single mom.
She was a single mom. Weebay's locked up. You feel me? And at one point he obviously wasn't in jail, you know what I'm saying, but we never got to see what it was like with both of them in the household.
For the family, you know what I'm interaction, saying?
Yeah. But just watching that, Naaman off rip felt like he had to live up to what his father was, in the sense of, I think it was before they even start showing his mama and how she was like acting towards him. I think he already had that drilled in his mind that he had to live up to his father some way. Because if you saw how he was acting around like his little friends and the crew and all that shit, you know, acting tougher than what he was, and it was kind of crazy because it slowly started to show who he like really was, like, you know what I'm saying, just a smart kid, like, you know what I'm saying, just in a wrong situation, like, you know, very unfortunate situation that had to get him out of it, but he had to learn the hard way, you know what I'm saying, he had to get slapped around a little bit.
I mean, but how many people are in that situation, period, though? Like, everybody wants to be, or they look up and aspire to something that they possibly...
a lot of people in that situation.
But still, like, I think that...
True.
It kind of takes away from the topic right now.
Yeah.
because there's so many levels to this, and we're definitely welcome to have a woman on, and we can definitely debate or go back and forth, or and have this back and forth of a dialogue and conversation to hear the point of view of a mother. But at the same time, like I said, like I'm not naive to the fact that women can raise men. The fact is, though, what kind of man are we talking about being raised? Because if we even if we look at statistics, right? You may say, well, your father was gone and was in jail, but at the same time, it's kind of like, all right, I didn't have my dad. But a lot of these men out here are very tough, and a lot of these men out here are very aggressive. Fact. So therefore, are we raising overly aggressive men, or are we raising too soft men? Because that's how the world views it, right? If you're not dominant enough, then you're soft. If you're over aggressive, you're running around, you're shooting up everything, you're fighting all the time. Sometimes it's like, oh, you're too hard. Where's the balance? You know, and so I guess that's just where the man comes in at, whether he's a mentor or whether he's not.
So do you think, not to cut you off, do you think that a woman can have, if she's intentional about it and raising a man, do you think she can figure out what that balance is?
I think that it's just like a man raising a woman or raising his daughters. Like, you know, it's just some of those things you just can't relate to and transpire with, right? And it's just hard. And having a daughter, you know, I know that at some point it's something that I just can't connect with.
Right.
And
like
I would need a woman.
Yeah.
Whether it is her mother or whether it is my sister or my mother or an outside friend to have certain conversations and certain like expectations with, because it's just like, you know, this is what it is.
No, so, and I'm already seeing that. You know what I'm saying? In my 6-year-old, you know what I'm saying? Certain things that she like say or talk about, I can't. I don't know, shit. You gotta ask your mama. You feel? You know what I'm saying? So no, that's real. That's real. No, I was just curious. Like if you know, but sometimes women have to, you know, find them, and then that's when like mentors and, you know, coaches and all that type of shit kind of come in and plays a nice enough role where it can keep, you know, that young man on a you know, path. You know, he's obviously going, you know. I
think that it doesn't even matter the path. I think what it is that it gives them something to see, right? So if I'm a guy and I didn't have any male role models, right? I think it would be important for me to have a positive male role model there to show me that I didn't have to be like Naaman. I don't have to live up to the street corners expectation of life. I don't have to go out here and do X, Y, and Z. It's another way of doing things. It's so weird because I had a mentor and I recently just viewed him as a mentor because I never viewed him like that in my life. And so it was just kind of pretty much real. Like some of the things that he would say was some of the things that my family never said. Kind of like, oh, bro, it's an accomplishment. You made it to this age and you never been in jail.
Facts.
And it's like, oh, shit, that's an accomplishment that I am, or that I made it past 25 and I didn't go to jail.
Now, what's really jail? Like the county? Is that jail?
I mean, like I wasn't in jail for selling drugs or for shooting guns or for doing any of these, you know, these things that black men are known for.
That we get locked up for.
Right, and especially in the area, in the neighborhood that we pretty much come from.
Yeah.
It's like, this is an achievement. You know, you should be proud of this moment.
Facts.
You know, you made it to this age. First of all, you're still alive. Second of all, you don't have a record. You know what I'm saying? Outside of a traffic ticket or outside something that's super minor. You don't have an extreme record that's going to hurt your life moving forward. You're on a positive track. Like, words like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never thought about that. I don't even know why the fuck you thought about that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like I said, he was a man who saw that. No one in my family ever said that. Men or women. So mentors and other people definitely play an important part. We can't stay on this though because we have other topics.
No, we can get off. No, because I was just finna say some extra shit to that. But no, I'm good. Yeah. Again, you know what I'm saying. If y'all got shit y'all want to hear us talk about,
definitely.
You know what I'm saying. Shoot us an email. You feel me? 2vegetarians eating chicks. CHIX@gmail.com. Black gentrification. Black gentrifiers.
Oh my gosh.
Let's touch on that a little bit. Black Gentrifiers.
Can black people be gentrifiers? How about that?
Is that a thing? Can black people be gentrifiers?
What is a gentrifier, though?
I'm gonna let you open that shit up, because you know what I'm saying. We was debriefing about it, and it was
debating about it.
It was starting to get a little interesting. So I'm gonna let you open.
From my understanding, without going like to Webster or to like Webster Dictionary or to specific, my viewpoint of a gentrifier is someone who has a higher tax bracket, moves into a place with a lower tax bracket, and eventually raises that area up based off of their taxes or their financial standpoint.
Why
right?
do people do that?
Why do who?
Why do people do that? Why do they? People who have a high tax bracket, why do they move into?
I will say, okay, I will go on record and say this. I moved back to communities that I left.
Okay.
Because of the fact that it feels something like home to me.
Okay.
So I will move back to a hood or close to a hood because it relates to something that I grew up with. It's a area full of black people, and it's an area full of Latino people, and I spent most of my life with these people, and so I know the smells, I know what the noise is, I know how everything's gonna play out, I know how I can go down the street and talk to the mechanic, or I can go hang out with this person, and I know the demographics and the area no matter what, because every hood just seems to be the same. In Chicago, from my point of view, everyone that I've lived in, and I lived from south to north, and everyone that I found have pretty much been similar. I mean, they may not say they're similar, with some different, little glitches, but it's pretty much been similar. But
neighborhood-wise?
Pilsen, Inglewood, Rogers Park, we going south to, I spent time in the hundreds, you know what I'm saying? So
what about over east? You lived over east? No,
I got friends out east though.
No, okay.
Oh man, yeah, that's an inside joke. I got you.
Yeah. Look, no, but all seriousness. Wait, so you saying that black people can't be gentrifiers, or are you saying they can be gentrifiers?
Saying they definitely are.
Okay.
They definitely are. When we think about it from the perspective that I just gave, if I make more money and I come into the area, I eventually change part of the area based off the fact of the amount of money that I'm making.
So that automatically makes you a gentrifier?
Technically.
Technically. Yes. Do you feel like a gentrifier?
I don't. I feel like I'm going back home.
Right.
So no. So I don't feel like one. But just because you don't feel like one doesn't mean that you're not.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so why do you think white people move into neighborhoods who have a lower tax? You feel me?
I think that it comes. Oh man, why you do that?
I'm sorry. I'm curious. You know what I'm saying? We already in it. You know what I'm saying? We in the nitty gritty of it. Yeah. Might as well ask. You know, I'm just curious.
I think that it's
It ain't got to be a right opinion. You know, it could be your opinion.
But my personal opinion is definitely fucked up.
Say it. Shit. There's 2vec eating chicken. You feel me?
I don't know if I really want to. I'll just say I think they come into the neighborhood to partially pick up and steal culture. And I just said that out loud.
You did, because it's true.
But I also feel like,
in a sense,
yeah, because they have the money to live where they want to live,
right?
And so why would you pick where I live?
So you think they do it on purpose?
I think definitely depending on where you live, they do it on purpose. I'll say this: I've never seen a white person move that didn't have to move into Inglewood. My entire time living there.
Yeah, don't know white people.
Exactly, but I've seen several white people move in areas of the West Loop that I've moved, and they're going west and west and west, pushing black people further west. Pretty much, they're going to eventually push them out of the city limits. Because and we can just talk about it, right? We can talk about.
That's already been happening.
But I'm just saying though, but it really doesn't happen until some white people.
I used to be afraid to walk through Humboldt. I was terrified. Now I scroll through it freely, mainly because it's gentrified. Okay. Woo! Bars, dibs. Hey,
but yeah.
No, so when you think about Humboldt Park, that's real shit though. I remember as a shorty, and it was mainly just because of gang gang affiliation shit. We just knew where not to walk. You know what I'm saying? If you was black, you feel me? You was definitely banging. It ain't matter. You know what I'm saying? You was a GD, period. You know what I'm saying? But I don't even bang. Like, you know what I'm saying? But in Humble Park, one of the places in the city, Humble Park, I used to be terrified to walk through that shit because it was like, you know, we would always get checked, or, you know what I'm saying? For the people who don't know, getting checked is, you know what I'm saying? What you is, fam? What's good?
Stop.
You know
Get a
running up on you, feel me?
Get a
Drop whatever, you know what I'm saying? So in this case, if you was GD, you know what I'm saying, you used to know what it was, you feel me? But like, so seeing Humble Park now and walking through that shit, like, and there's still certain areas where you should probably be a little aware. But like 9 times out of 10, for the most part, like I just walk through that shit now, like, you know what I'm saying? But I remember a day, and that's because it's so different now, like, you know what I'm saying? I was going down Division, one of my favorite Puerto Rican restaurants is down Division, and I was coming down Division, and I was just like looking at some of the houses, and I'm like, damn, these houses gotta be at least worth 200,000, 300,000, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And these just like single family homes, like, you know what I'm saying? But I've always found it interesting, man. And I talked about this a little bit episode 6, Project Stories. You know what I'm saying? Go check it out if y'all ain't listened to it yet. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of talked about, I remember my first experience with gentrification. Like, you know what I'm saying? And this was like UIC Hospital doing the shit. Basically telling everybody that, I mean, they even took the school out, changed the whole name to UIC College Prep, everything. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, let's go even closer, right?
Man.
They closed the hospital.
Man.
Turned it to condos.
Bruh.
They took the goddamn rec center.
Bruh.
And then they took the school, which made you leave. They took the grammar school. They took more than one grammar school. They took 2, because they took Reese. Took the grammar school, took the hospital that was in the community, and they took the rec center. It ain't shit there.
When you think about the village, bro, now, especially the village, bro, they've been having, especially in the summertime, they put on this concert every year. I can't even think of the name of it. But where they put this concert,
the EDM shit?
Yeah. I've been to the first one at Soldier Field. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head.
But it don't matter.
But it started at Soldier Field.
It's the EDM.
It started at Soldier Field. They instantly started coming west. You feel me? They ended up, first they was at Union Park. And then they took it, and that's the same with Riot Fest. You know what I'm saying? Like, Riot Fest is in Douglas Park. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Nobody on those cards have no interest of anybody that live in North Lawndale. Like, I think one year they had like I can't even remember. It was one black group that was on there, but it was like that was it. It was like, I don't know none of these other people.
Nas came one year.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's it was somebody else. I can't think. Cypress Hill. Cypress Hill was on the card one year, and I was like, oh, okay, Cypress Hill. Like, Cypress Hill dope. Don't get me wrong. But it was just like that's the only. It was like they had we gotta find at least one group that's, you know, that can cater to the people who live in North Lawndale, and Cypress Hill was that group that year. And it's just like, bro, ain't none of these people, like, even with the EDM thing, like, where buildings and people used to live, now they throwing ragers and concerts and shit on that ground, on that land. And it's just interesting, like, you know, but I don't want to steer too far away from. Yeah,
let's get back to the topic. Can black people be gentrifiers? So your perspective.
I think it's interesting. I really don't. I don't necessarily think that they can. And we'll go into this just for the time's sake. Can a black person level up without being a gentrifier? I believe that you can. I think.
But like, let's look at all of them, right? Nipsey Hussle leveled up.
Right.
Pop Smoke leveled up.
Right.
I mean, they may be rappers, but at the same time, the exact same thing happens to normal people. They either get killed or somebody like consistently breaking their houses, and so it's kind of like, when I level up, do I want to stay in this environment? And so that's why for me it's like I move to different hoods, because I know at the same time, like, I know that, like, these motherfuckers might try to break in my crib, but at the same time, I know that I'm not gonna fuck with them like I fuck with my own hood. So therefore, I'm never caught slipping. So
let's say if you live in the hood and you level up and you start grinding, do your thing, do you think it's necessary to move out of the hood?
Depends on what kind of stardom I have. I think that if I'm like mid to lower tier, no, I can stay there and I can just be like cool, because it's kind of like having a job that's not like a CEO. But if I hit CEO status on worldwide, then I think that I have to. because of the fact of like most people get killed by people that they know.
Facts.
And they always say it's not the person that you watching out for that do it to you. So not saying that like anybody I know, or I hope that anybody that I know wouldn't be trying to do that. But at the same time, it's just like when you get to certain levels, hate start to come from everywhere. So
no, it's real.
We don't know that.
It's a real thing.
Yeah. So.
But I do think that black people can level up without being considered a gentrifier. Because I mean the shit has been done to us for centuries. You know
but then look at what happened.
But that don't mean I gotta move to
right.
another low income neighborhood to raise that.
You
value,
don't.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't. But I'll just say this: Hyde Park in Chicago, black area, consistently leveled up, right? Mm-hmm. The normal black person can't live there anymore. You can't.
You'd have to go a little east. Yeah, you can't live.
You can't go east because you're going.
I mean, as far as the numbers,
you definitely got to go back inside the city towards areas where you probably don't want to live.
How does that make you feel?
It don't make me feel like shit because
see, but I'm not necessarily like mad at that though. Like I feel like we need.
I'm not mad at it either, but at the same time, what I'm saying is, it's a point of view. I'll say this: all the black people in this one area have leveled up. Hyde Park. Mm-hmm. Now the normal person who's working a middle job cannot live there. It's no different. It's tiers to this shit, as everybody.
I mean, they can live there. It's the rent.
You
is gonna
can't
be
live there, but okay, but you paying extremely high rent. Where the fuck you eat? How you parking your car? Do you even have a car? You got so many other things that come into.
No, I get your point. I get your point. I get your point.
But yes. I mean, but if you're making that type of money and you want to live in some place like that, then that's fair and that's the norm. Like that's the norm for a lot of black people. But at the same time,
we would have to look at those median numbers and see, like, you know what I'm saying, what the numbers really is.
Bro, most houses over there are like $500,000 and up.
No, I ain't disagreeing.
Just buying house. So if you're not a doctor and you're not making doctor numbers, like it's kind of hard if you didn't already own property over there. And then the property taxes are. Well, that's a different story. We got a different topic, bro. We killing it this time though.
Yeah.
This time though. Let's go ahead and make that switch.
To
be continued.
To be continued for sure, man. Because
this is an ongoing conversation.
Yeah, we can keep going all day with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
I just know that I'm one, and it's sad to say. I recognize that.
See, we would have to go deeper. No, I mean, you know what you is.
I do. You know what I'm saying? I do. I admit.
So I ain't gonna try to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't persuade me. I mean,
yo, black gentrifying ass, boy.
No, man, that shit hurt too. Every time I see somebody leave, I'm like, damn, another one bites the dust.
I think that's funny as hell. I can't with KJ today, man. No, see, but I still think it's deeper though. You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely
because I wouldn't really necessarily look at you as a gentrifier.
You wouldn't, and I'm not out there promoting my wealth either. Like I'm a very humble dude. Like if I don't care about the flag.
Yeah, but it gotta be. I believe that gentrification comes in like waves. Like, you know what I'm saying? You said earlier that all it takes is one person. Yeah, you're right. It
right, one
but
person.
But at the same time. It be like, you know what I'm saying, it be like groups when you think about, you feel me, what you were just saying earlier.
You see, like, it's waves. It's like...
Right, so waves.
So it's but what you see is you might see one white person, then you'll see two at the store, right?
Yeah.
And then, like, 3 months later, you'll see, like, 3 of their ass, like, walking around. Then you'll see, like, 5 of their ass, like, jogging. Once they start jogging, bro, that shit go. Mm-hmm. Automatically. You safe enough to jog around here, I already know some shit about to happen.
At the end of the day, the system is flawed. It's always been against our people for a variety of reasons that I won't really get into right now. But hey, 2 vegetarians eating chicks, man. It's your boy Mr. Lingo himself.
It's your boy KJ, man.